The other children screamed, their faces contorted in fear, expecting to see their friend wailing in agony, his limbs broken and bleeding. Instead, Elias stood up, brushing off the dust, his laughter echoing through the valley, his arm bent at an unnatural, almost grotesque, angle. He should be in unbearable pain. His bones, they should be shattered. Dr. Finch, his brow furrowed with concern, begged Elias's parents to bring him to the city for advanced medical tests, to seek the counsel of specialists. But they refused, their faces etched with pride and stubbornness. "He's strong," his father declared, his voice booming with misplaced confidence. "Stronger than any boy his age. He needs no city doctors." Years passed, and Elias's reputation grew, spreading beyond the confines of Black Hollow like wildfire. He became a legend, a whispered tale told around crackling fires, the boy who felt no pain, the one who could walk through fire without a singe. In the quiet, secluded town of Black Hollow, nestled deep within a cradle of rolling hills and ancient, dense forests, lived a boy named Elias Whitmore. His birth was marked by an unnerving spectacle, a night when the wind howled like a mourning spirit, and the sky was slashed with streaks of silver lightning, a scene that seemed to presage a dark fate. Old Martha Crowley, the village midwife, a woman with eyes that held the wisdom of generations, hesitated, her hand trembling slightly, when she first cradled the newborn. Something about his touch sent a strange, icy chill down her spine, a feeling she couldn't shake off. Elias grew up like any other child, bright-eyed, curious, and brimming with the boundless energy of youth. He chased butterflies in sunlit meadows, built forts in the whispering woods, and explored the hidden corners of Black Hollow. Yet, there was one peculiar, almost unsettling, thing about him: he never, not once, felt pain. No scraped knees from daring climbs, no bee stings from exploring hidden hives, not even the sharp, biting frost of winter bothered him. He would tumble down hills, brush against thorny bushes, and emerge unscathed, laughing. At first, his parents, simple folk with hearts full of love, saw it as a divine blessing, a sign of their son's extraordinary resilience. Until the first accident. One sweltering summer afternoon, as Elias was playing with the other children near the old mill, he slipped on a moss-covered rock and tumbled down a steep, rocky slope. The other children screamed, their faces contorted in fear, expecting to see their friend wailing in agony, his limbs broken and bleeding. Instead, Elias stood up, brushing off the dust, his laughter echoing through the valley, his arm bent at an unnatural, almost grotesque, angle. The village doctor, Dr. Samuel Finch, a man of science and reason, was called immediately. When he examined Elias, his face paled, his eyes widening in disbelief. "This is not normal," he whispered, his voice trembling slightly. "He should be in unbearable pain. His bones, they should be shattered." Dr. Finch, his brow furrowed with concern, begged Elias's parents to bring him to the city for advanced medical tests, to seek the counsel of specialists. But they refused, their faces etched with pride and stubbornness. "He's strong," his father declared, his voice booming with misplaced confidence. "Stronger than any boy his age. He needs no city doctors." Years passed, and Elias's reputation grew, spreading beyond the confines of Black Hollow like wildfire. He became a legend, a whispered tale told around crackling fires, the boy who felt no pain, the one who could walk through fire without a singe, climb the tallest trees without a scratch, and never flinch in the face of danger. The village elders, their minds clouded by superstition and tradition, called it a divine blessing, a gift bestowed upon their community. They were tragically wrong. On his 16th birthday, a day that should have been marked by celebration and joy, Elias woke up feeling strange. His legs were weak, his fingers stiff, his body heavy. For the first time in his life, he felt something akin to discomfort, a vague, unsettling sensation that hinted at something deeply wrong. By the end of the week, his limbs had begun to fail him, his movements becoming clumsy and erratic. He dropped things without realizing it, his once steady hands now trembling. He stumbled when he walked, his steps faltering and uncertain. Dr. Finch, now older and grayer, his face etched with the lines of worry and experience, examined him once more, his touch gentle and careful. "Elias," he said gravely, his voice heavy with sorrow, "I believe your body has been breaking down for years, but because you feel no pain, you never knew it. Pain is a warning, a vital signal. Without it, your body doesn't know when to stop, when to heal, when to rest. It has been silently destroying itself." Elias's father, his face contorted in denial, refused to believe it, his voice rising in anger. "You're just trying to scare him," he barked, his eyes flashing with defiance. "My boy is strong. He's always been strong." But the truth, like a relentless tide, could not be ignored. Within months, Elias could no longer stand, his once agile limbs now useless. His bones, once thought to be unbreakable, had been fractured too many times without healing properly, the damage accumulating over years of unnoticed injuries. His muscles had torn and atrophied beyond repair, their strength long gone. What the villagers had once hailed as a divine blessing was now revealed to be a cruel, unrelenting curse. And it was too late to reverse the damage. Determined to find the cause of this devastating affliction, Dr. Finch, his mind filled with a desperate hope, scoured old records and medical journals, searching for answers in the dusty pages of forgotten knowledge. Then, one dark and stormy night, as the wind howled outside his window, he made a shocking discovery. In the faded, handwritten archives of the town's history, he found a case from over a century ago, an ancestor of Elias's, a woman named Lillian Whitmore, who had suffered the same tragic fate. She, too, had felt no pain, and by the time the village healers realized the truth, she had withered away, her life extinguished before her 30th birthday. Dr. Finch, his mind racing, pieced it together. Elias had inherited a rare, devastating genetic disorder, a condition that modern medicine could have helped with if it had been caught early, if his parents had heeded his warnings. "If we had intervened when he was a child," Dr. Finch murmured, his voice filled with remorse, "we could have helped. We could have trained him to check his body daily, to avoid injuries, to live carefully, to compensate for his condition." But now, there was nothing left to do but watch as Elias's life ebbed away. As the town mourned the tragic fate of their once celebrated hero, Elias lay in his bed, his eyes fixed on the ceiling, his voice barely a whisper. "I was never invincible," he said, his words filled with a heartbreaking realization. "I was just unaware." Dr. Finch, his hand resting gently on Elias's, his heart heavy with grief, said, "If only we had known sooner." Elias smiled weakly, a flicker of acceptance in his eyes. "Maybe my story will help someone else. Maybe it will teach them to listen, to learn." And with that, the legend of Elias Whitmore changed forever. He was no longer the boy blessed by the gods, the invincible hero. He became the cautionary tale, the warning to those who ignored science and reason, the stark reminder that what seems like a gift, a blessing, may, in truth, be a silent, devastating curse. Moral of the story. Pain is not the enemy, it is the body's way of protecting us, a vital signal that something is wrong. Had Elias's condition been recognized and treated in time, his fate might have been different. But ignorance, pride, and the stubborn refusal to embrace knowledge sealed his doom. And so, the people of Black Hollow never forgot the tragic lesson of Elias Whitmore, the boy who never felt pain, until it was too late to save him.